Hey everybody, it's Polaris. I just want to come on here and do a check-in with how I'm feeling. I had a really good weekend. And I've just been honoring rest and just saying, I know there's stuff I want to do, but my body wants to rest and needs to rest, and I can't complete everything I want to do if I don't honor rest. And it's also like for me, like everything that I'm doing in my life, I'm like consciously making effort to change. In the sense of, for example, I used to be someone that would run on stress all the time, and I felt like I was just surviving just to get through the day. But now the stage I'm in my life is like, life doesn't need to be that stressful. Life doesn't need to be stressful, really. Like, everything is temporary in this life, anyways. All the joys, all the pain, like, this whole life is temporary. So, I have been really learning to just take it slow and rest. And that's been baby steps in practice. And definitely this, like, past week, like, the last video I made, I was just like, I'm exhausted. Like, I'm just so exhausted. And man, I feel a lot better starting this week and after the weekend. Like I definitely feel a lot better. And like for me, rest can also just be closing my eyes for 30 minutes. Like especially like after I get off work or right before I know I'm going to hang out with people, like just resetting myself because for me, I'll just share what I do. So, I might turn on like some like calming music slash frequencies, whatever, just to kind of like have something in the background. So in case my mind wanders, I can just focus on that. Um, but I'll get in my bed. I like to use an eye mask to cover my eyes. So that way I know I'm not opening my eyes. Um, and I'll sit there and I like to do like is it called progressive muscle relaxation? So I start with my feet and my toes and I kind of like in my head like say okay we're putting them to sleep. So I'll get all like all the wiggles, and then I'll progressively work up my body, and I'll spend however long I need to because, especially like I'm, I'm someone that like I used to toss and turn all throughout the night, but when I do this step of just like getting out the wiggles, I sleep so much better, and also makes this like nap like I'm able to fall asleep a lot quicker. Um, but I'll do that, and any thoughts that come up, I I don't really focus on them. Like I kind of just like see them passing by, if that makes sense. Like I'm not trying to get rid of them, but I'm also not trying to analyze them. Like I'm just like it's like if I'm like watching cars passing by. Like it's just like I'm watching the cars go by. I'm not really thinking too much. Maybe some of them I do think a little bit more of. Anyways, but um I'll do that and go all the way up to my head, and once I'm there, I stay still because at that point I got all the wiggles. And so even though I'm still awake, I'm just very still. And usually at that point too is when my mind is still, and that's when my mind will want to wander more. And so I sometimes let myself like daydream and imagine something, or just simply just try and quiet my mind, whatever I'm feeling that day. Um, but it's just a nice way to like reconnect back with myself, and take a break from the day, and just it's like a fresh new start when I wake up. Um, and so it's been really nice to do that. And since I've been honoring rest, and also like before I go to bed too, I've gotten back into my night routine, and I'm so happy that I'm doing that again because I really like slipped away from it just because it was always like I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow I didn't do it. Um, so like showering and like really like imagining myself washing off anything that's not me. Like if it's not my energy, if someone treated me bad at work, or if I had a negative thought pop up, or whatever it is, whatever I want to say, like I just like wash it off. And then um getting back into doing stretches at night and like releasing like all this like tightness that I literally like hold on to. Like you don't realize how tight you are until you stretch. um and and then the same thing, like what I do when I do a 30-minute nap, like I do that before I go to sleep. Um, And that has just been, oh, and my skincare. I've been doing my skincare again, and I'm so happy I've been doing that again. Um, but I've been like sleeping so heavily, which is good because I've been needing it. Um, and you know what's crazy? My energy's starting to come back up. And I haven't let myself get too excited. This background, that's, you'll see in the next video. Um, but, or whatever, I don't know which video is going to come out first. But I've been just, even though I'm still like having more energy and motivation to do other things that are like, because like this, I don't technically need this. And like also there's some stuff up there. I made a new painting. But instead of like, oh my gosh, I have energy, let me do all these things. I'm like, I'll do certain things. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel tired. Let me take a break, and then I'll take a nap. And then I wake up and I do whatever. Or I'm like, hey, I haven't ate. I really, even though I don't want to stop because I'm in a flow state, I know I need to stop because I need to eat. And I want to be able to do this with joy and not burn myself out. Um, and so it's been really, really easy for me to pause and take breaks. And that is something that really wasn't easy in the past. Pausing and taking a break, are you kidding me? Like, I'm in a flow state. Like, if I don't do it now, then I'll never get it done. That is not true. If anything, that made it worse, and I wouldn't do more things, right? I never really like rebuild everything, right? And no one's just, I always have to remind myself this, but no one's perfect. Like, there's no such thing as a perfect day. I mean, if there is, then awesome. I'm glad you found it. But I believe there's no such thing as a perfect day, and I can, like, if I really focus on what's not perfect, then that's when it becomes like a negative day. You know, well, not negative, but if I focus on what I was able to do, like honoring myself and resting, and hey, I did check in with my family, or hey, like I took a shower, you know, like you could break it down for things that you do. And also, this light is dying. Um, she was doing fine, and now she's not. So I didn't even notice it until I noticed like my screen looked darker, and I was like, why is it doing that? But just honoring myself and cooking good food and resting, and with all of that, that's when my creativity starting to come back up. And I don't want to rush into it and be like, oh my gosh, all this, like, you know, trying to like capitalize on it. But if the inspiration comes, the inspiration comes, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, just kind of living in that flow. I don't know if I've described it last time, but this is the best way I can describe it, and I see it in my head. Is like, I literally at this point, I'm just like out in the ocean. I'm just like laid out, floating on top of the water, and um, like I'm just letting the wave. I'm just gonna turn this off because it's basically dead. um, letting the ocean and the waves and the currents just take me where I need to go, and that's how I see where the universe is. Just like, you know what, I just in full surrender. Like, I'll do whatever. Just put me there. Like, you know, and I'll do whatever I need to do when I get there. Um, and it really is such a relaxing energy, and that's honestly like what I've been wanting to feel my whole life. Like, I don't think we should be feeling like super high emotions, whether it's like extreme happiness and like extreme depression and like all the things. But like, I don't think we're supposed to live in like these extremes. Like, I feel like we're just meant to kind of be in this middle content zone. And I'll never forget, like, my, this is many years ago, but my therapist at the time had asked me, well, like, what is like your end goal? What do you want to feel in life? And I was like, I just want to feel content. Like, I just want to be okay with what I got and what I have. And I didn't even ask for happiness. Like, I literally thought at that point I thought happiness was too much to ask for. I just wanted to be content. Um, and I've even made a bracelet. I think it said "I am content" or something. It was like way before I was even into affirmations. Or maybe my sister made it for me. I can't remember. But I used to wear it all the time as like a reminder of what it is I'm going towards. Then I lost the bracelet because divine timing, I guess. But truthfully, like, being content is just accepting what you have. And when you do that, when you see everything that you have, you realize how much you have and how abundant you are. And there's so much peace in knowing all of that. Like before, like truthfully, I lived in a huge lack mindset. Like I thought of everything I didn't have and what I didn't do. And like I I just I didn't know I was doing that. You know, like it was hard to really like you don't really know. You don't know what you don't know. But now that I know, I'm able to change that. And so when I notice myself getting sad or feeling lonely, I'm like, look at your room. Look at everything around you. Look at everything you have. Look at the fact of where you're at. And I even had a dream last night. Let me grab my notebook. Because I've been seeing a lot of videos like this recently. It was like, this was the whole point. Like that's like the mantra that's been in my head. Like this was the whole point. This was the whole point. And in my dream, I heard, "Look at what you have. Remember, this was the whole point." And when I woke up after, well, in the dream when I did that, I was like looking around like the town, and oh my gosh, the town I was in was so beautiful. And even though in that moment before I heard that, I was feeling really lonely and feeling like it wasn't enough. And when I heard that, I was able to look and be like, I got to see a beautiful sunset, and I realized how beautiful, like, the structure I was looking at, like how pretty the architect was. I don't know the construction. I have no idea. And I got to just like realize everything that I have. And so when I woke up, I was just like, look at everything I have, and look at this beautiful town I get to live in, and everything. I'm gonna say this a million times. Everything in life is temporary. Everything. Like, obviously, I know I'm not gonna stay here forever, but at least while I'm here, I can appreciate it and just enjoy the moment. And also 11/11. That's why I'm all smiling again. But I don't really want. I mean, obviously, yes. Like when I have these feelings, it is like a sense of bliss and joy, right? But I'm not on this extreme like, oh my gosh, like when I go to like Australia or something. Like I don't want to be personally. I don't want to be chasing that all the time. Like it's great to experience every now and then. Like I remember when I went to Australia, I would get like so happy. I had to like genuinely sit and take deep breaths because my body thought I was having like a panic attack. And I was just like, okay, let me ground myself again. And then I would calm myself down and I would be back in the moment. And I wasn't like in my head on this high. I was back in my body, feeling the ground beneath my feet and seeing the people around me and the experience I got to experience. And I've been definitely like, when I daydream now, I've been kind of like thinking back on a lot of memories and trying to remember people's faces and like the people I was with, their faces, and like just the whole, like just try and visualize it like so vividly as I can in my head. And it's nice because I got to experience those things. So now they're memories I get to look back on and access, and it's so beautiful. And yeah, life is good. I've been having this song in my head. It's like, life is beautiful. Dun, dun, dun. Such a good song. But life is beautiful, and life is great. And I can't, whatever video comes out first, if you don't know what that is, the video will come out soon. And also, I am working on my San Diego vlog still. It's a love letter to my younger self. I'm really grateful I got to finally go to San Diego. And like I said, it's a new memory access just in my head. It's like I get to go through and, like, I don't know. I'm gonna stop here because I'm not in a daze. Maybe a little bit. I'm kind of daydreaming right now. So, I hope y'all have a beautiful day. And be sure to take care of yourself, okay? Bye.